Have you ever wondered how your music is being used in advertising today? Well, if you have, then you'll definitely want to check out our sit-down interview with Georgette Bivins, Senior Business Affairs Manager at Foote, Cone & Belding, a leading advertising agency in the United States. We discuss how brands are using more music today to reach their audiences, as well as finding out what a brand's musical needs are, and much, much more. Right now. This episode of the MUBUTV Insider video series is brought to you by the Music Business Registry. The Music Business Registry is the leading music industry publisher of the most up-to-date contact information for major and independent record label A&R, music publishers, artist managers, music attorneys, music supervisors, and much, much more. The Music Business Registry is the trusted industry standard and source serving the music business community for over 30 years with the most accurate and up-to-date contact information available. Their titles include the A&R Registry, the Film and Television Music Guide, the Music Publisher Registry, and the Music Attorney Registry. All of their publications are available in PDF, CSV, or online subscription. Visit musicregistry.com and use coupon code MUBUTV10 at checkout. That's musicregistry.com, coupon code MUBUTV10. When you're ready to put your music to work, musicregistry.com. Hi, it's Eric Knight from MUBUTV, where our mission is to educate, empower, and engage your music career. We're coming to you from the Global Rock Summit in Burbank, California, where we managed to catch up with Georgette Bivins, who is the Senior Business Affairs Manager at FCB, which stands for Foote, Cone & Belding. Hi, Georgette. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I wanted to ask you, what are some of the biggest challenges that brands face in reaching their target audiences today?
You know what it is? It's mostly primarily who that brand, whatever that product that the brand is trying to reach, it's who wants it. So, so when it comes to, like healthcare. So with healthcare, it's like, am I trying to catch, a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old who just, got off their parents' insurance? No, I'm trying to get the parents. I'm trying to get the older people. And then, it can go all the way to like brands like alcohol. So who are you targeting? It's like if you're doing a seltzer, are you targeting a 45-year-old man, a 50-year-old man? You're targeting somebody.
So it's very demographic and psychographic heavy. Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it runs the gamut, depending on the brand and who you're trying to reach.
Exactly.
Got it. So I wanted to ask you, take us through a typical day of Georgette Bivins at FCB, a day in a life as a business affair manager. What does that consist of for you?
It consists of starting from the beginning part of the job of getting the creatives, getting the product from the client saying, hey, we have this new product we're about to launch. So it's pretty much starting from the beginning where the creatives are trying to come up with a concept, come up with what spot is it going to be? Is it going to be a spot tied in with a radio, social? Are we doing, Instagram? Are we doing, TikToks? Or what are we doing? It's starting from there and then running the whole gamut. So it's going to the production, finding out like, are we going to have talent? Are we going to have, like an artist represent us? All the way down to picking the music. Are we picking the music prior? Are we doing the spot around a song, or are we picking it afterwards and then now picking the right song to marry to this footage? And then all the way to the end of negotiating the songs, getting the licenses down. So it's from start to finish, it would be me.
And so do you have a large team, or is it just you?
There's three of us.
Wow. Okay, in that department doing all of that.
There's 3 of us.
So it's a lot of coordination and a lot of back and forth.
A lot of back and forth.
Amazing. So Georgette, from your perspective, are brands using more music to reach their target audience? And if so, how?
They are, it depends. So it depends on what they're trying to put out. So if they have a commercial that they're trying to put a point across, then they're going to want to use music that's not going to capture, not going to get attention.
Right.
or are they going to, like Spotify, they'll use a song that they will go ahead and just let the song tell the whole entire story.
Gotcha.
The song is going to
So they'll find a song that they like, or they have an idea of what they want to try to attempt to get the permission for using.
Right.
And then it goes from there.
And then it goes from there. So it depends. So it depends on what the message is. So it's like with Spotify, if the message is, artist awareness, getting that artist, recognized, getting their music out there, then that's just driving the spot. Or is it, an alcohol brand like, Budweiser, who is like, well, no, we want to tell you about this crisp, glass of Budweiser, and this is what we want you to go into the bars, go into your grocery store. So it just depends.
And is there particular areas that FCB works in? Like, I know that they have like different brand categories. Are you guys specific to one area, or you guys do drinks?
We are across the board. So we do healthcare.
Right.
Netflix is one of our clients. Spotify will do work for BMW. We do Anheuser-Busch. So it's across the board. So
interesting. Yeah. In your world of brands and advertising, who are the decision makers for the music choices? Because we've had several people in this area, and obviously I know it runs the gamut. Where do those music choices? Who are those decision makers?
It depends.
Okay.
It depends. It could be where they will come to us and they're like, we need you to find a song for this, or it can be them coming in, our creatives coming in and saying, I really want, something like this artist, and then we run that way. So if we have the budget, then we'll go after that artist. But then also at the same time, it's the client. Overall, it's the client.
Right.
So the client will basically come down and say, that's great, or I hate that, and I never want to see it again. So.
And do you ever have a situation where they fall in love with a song, but it's like, they call that temp love, where they fall in love with a song and like, well, guys, I don't think you could be in your budget.
And that is almost 90% of the time. So we tell them all the time, don't put a song that they're going to fall in love with. Because if they fall in love with a song, then we're going to have to find the money.
Right.
And there's no money in the couch, so don't ask me. But then again, I've had instances where the client's like, I'm so in love with the song, we'll find the money.
Right.
So.
And that leads me to my next question. It's a great segue, because I was going to ask you, so has the enormity of choices for music today affected the rates that you have to pay for the licensing of the songs? Mm-hmm. Which is kind of getting back to what you were saying earlier.
No, absolutely. It just depends. Like if you negotiate right, if you have all of the upfront, like what your media plan is, how many times is this going to run and stuff like that, you can negotiate that. So, and I always tell my teams that, everybody always says, it's just going to be on internet. There's not, it shouldn't cost that much. Well, when was the last time you saw it? You sat down, you watched TV, and you stayed through a commercial. No, you go right through those commercials. Where you are watching your stuff is on the internet, is on social platforms, and that's where those commercials are at, because you can't go forward.
Right.
So,
and you have to negotiate fees for all those different areas,
every
right?
platform.
For internet,
Mm-hmm.
and so those can get quite complicated.
They can, yeah.
So are there any viable ways for composers and songwriters in your world that you work with to learn what a brand's musical needs are? Like, do you guys work with composers depending on?
We do.
Okay.
So we'll have a client who doesn't want a recognizable song or anything. They want either a composer or an artist to come and perform a song for them, an original song that they will give them the spot to watch and say, now create me something.
Got you. And do you guys have your own in-house team, or
no.
Okay.
No, we go outside.
Oh, okay.
So
But there's people
we'll
that
go to music houses, or we'll hit composers that we have worked with in the past, or an artist that they really like, and they will see if they can do like a work for hire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Georgette, for our audience, which is primarily, new musicians and writers and people that are wanting to get in the business like you, are there any specific books or videos or media that you would recommend to our insiders that you feel would be helpful in shaping their music careers?
You know what? Here's the thing. Like, I don't have any book suggestion stuff.
Or any movies that inspired you, or anything that kind of,
So when I got into this industry, I was studying law to be criminal like law.
Oh, wow.
And I got stuck to a position that was doing all TV.
Right.
And it was just clearing all TV
right.
shows.
I remember you had
music,
that in your background, yeah.
And that's where it took me. So then it started taking me to watching like shows, and then seeing like paying more attention to the music, like what's driving, why did they pick this song?
Right, for that scene.
And so I just started studying stuff. So it's like then studying movies, like why would they pick this song? What is the keywords in this song that they would pick to play in this scene? And it's just pretty much that's what I did. I guess I did my own own stuff. So
you learned as you went along. What advice would you give to? Do you have for anybody who's looking to become a music executive like yourself in the world of brands or upcoming artists to have a career in music? What advice would you give them?
I would say just jump in there. Like I said, like I played the flute and the violin, so I had no music background, like license wise and stuff. But I just got in there. I got, hooked up with somebody who gave me a chance. And I guess it's pretty much, telling these employers or, getting into the door and basically saying, look, I'm a sponge and I will totally do everything. And you just like try to absorb as much as possible. Ask as many questions as you can, because that was me. Like I was like, well, why are we doing this? And why do we do that? That's fascinating. Like, so I would just say, find something that you're passionate about and then see if there's a way to get in, even if it's like being like an executive assistant. That's what I did. I came in as an assistant and then just worked my way up. So
some really good info coming from Georgette regarding how brands use music to reach their target audiences today. So insiders, question of the day. From this video, what were the most valuable takeaways to you from this interview with Georgette? Was it the challenges brands face today in reaching their target audiences today? Or was it the enormous choices for music and how that affects the rates you charge? Or maybe it was something else that resonated with you. We'd love to hear from you and connect in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to MUBUTV for more information on how to educate, empower, and engage your music career. You can also check out a summary of this episode and everything we talked about in the description below as well. And if you enjoyed this video, we'd really love it if you hit the like button and let us know what other kinds of videos and types of content you would want to see on our channel. Hit us up in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.